The SL MkIII is the centerpiece that can be used to take control of your studio, working perfectly alongside your DAW. It's a software, hardware, and keyboard controller with a built-in 8-track sequencer, dual CV gate and mod output, dual MIDI outputs, analog clock output, sustain, expression, and foot switch inputs, and a USB port. It also has 8 endless encoders, 8 long throw faders, 2 banks of 8 buttons each, and 16 velocity sensitive pads with polyphonic aftertouch. Plugging the SL MkIII into Ableton is a breeze. Over the USB cable alone, it'll send all the features that the SL MkIII has to offer. You can play drum rack samples using the newly improved velocity sensitive drum pads. You can also solo tracks, mute tracks, arm tracks, change the volume in tracks, and of course play any VSTs or virtual instruments using the full-size keybed. After all that, you got the 5 screens to help you sculpt and really shape your sound. The standalone 8-track sequencer on the SL MkIII is the biggest addition to the SL line. With it, you have 8 tracks. Each track has up to 8 patterns, and in each pattern, you have 16 steps. The 8 patterns can then be chained in a sequential order to create longer patterns. Where the SL MkIII really excels is in its pattern creation. Holding down a step and pressing some notes on the keyboard, I can easily enter those notes into the sequence. If I really like that, I can easily duplicate those steps. Maybe I went one too many. I can easily clear it. Now let's hit record and finish off the pattern. Now taking a look at our pattern settings, I can change the sync rate, length, play direction, and so on. Keep in mind, everything you're currently hearing is coming from Ableton. After sequencing my instruments using the SL MkIII, I can just flip over to In Control mode and record these MIDI notes into Ableton for later use. Components is the easiest and quickest way to customize, backup, and restore your SL MkIII. Within the Components website, you can configure what MIDI CCs and MIDI channels are being sent out on each specific knob, button, fader, or pad. Then you can easily send these templates to your SL MkIII. Another great feature within Components is the ability to back up all your sessions, including your patterns, templates, and so on. The grid drum mode is one of my favorite parts about the SL MkIII. We've made the pads slightly larger, more sensitive, and nicer feeling. Not only are they velocity sensitive, but they also have polyphonic aftertouch. Grid drum mode is a quick and easy way to get some dynamics and swing out of yourself when using it within the drum rack inside Ableton. Cool thing here is that you'll be able to see what pads have sounds on them, and you can easily scroll through the drum rack sample bank.